Good morning and welcome back to the Dawg Show, your source for the latest Empire news and sports. I'm your host, Mace Monteith.
And I'm Ray Pika, and happy October 1st. Our top story this week, with the school year still being fairly new, teachers can sometimes feel hurried in the morning to get to school on time. And sometimes they may forget that morning cup of coffee to go. Well, there's a new business here on campus that can help you give the teachers that shot of caffeine you need every Friday morning. Here's our Bulldog Spotlight reporter, KK Smith.
Life skills, vocational skills, something a lot of kids know nothing about before they get a job in the real world. But here at Empire, a couple of teachers have brewed up an idea to not only help kickstart teachers in the morning, but also help kids learn along the way. Meet the Brew Crew, the caffeine carriers your teachers have been looking forward. Every Friday, they will deliver coffee, hot tea, and hot chocolate to your room for a small price.
We just wanted to do like a warm drink on Friday mornings for the students, or for the teachers. So once the teachers pay $1 per cup, and after that we will just replace at the store with the coffees.
Miss Hill, along with the Stuco, put the business together to help kids work on aspects of their life that aren't taught in the classroom.
We wanted to do some vocational training for students, and we thought it would be a really good way for them to learn life skills.
Sorry students, no coffee for you yet, but Miss Hill hopes to eventually expand on what the Brew Crew does.
We would like to eventually get to where we can service students at some points, and then we would like to add snacks.
It's a fun and refreshing way to learn something new, skills, and Miss Hill is thankful for the people that have been so supportive.
Thank you so much to all the community who have donated for us to get started.
For the Dawg Show, I'm KK Smith.
Thanks, KK, for that report. Other news happened this past week. The sophomores toured the Red River Technology Center, and the academic team held their first meet at Central High yesterday.
Mrs. Cini wanted to thank Miss Michelle Ashford for donating these books to the library. If you would like to donate to the library, get in touch with Miss Cini.
Also today, the Stuco is having a Wear Your Hat Day. Pay a Stuco member $1, and you can wear your hat all day.
And a final congratulations to our September Students of the Month, Cooper Cormany and Ava Boozer.
Now here's Serenity and Chloe in our Bulldog broadcast booth to tell us what's happening in the elementary.
Good morning and welcome to the Bulldog broadcast.
Your source for the latest elementary news. Before we go to Chatting with Chapel with a special report, here are this week's prize pups.
Every week we want to recognize elementary students that earn different achievements. During the week, good job guys.
If you have any videos or pictures, send us an email to the address on your screen, and they might make it on the show. Now, here's Chatting with Chapel.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to Chatting with Chapel. I'm Chapel Estes, here today with our teacher, Miss Turner, to talk about our Saphiro bots. We're working on Miss Turner. Thanks for talking with us and can tell us a little bit about what the Saphiro bots are.
In class, we have gotten some Saphiro bots. They're Saphiro bolts. My students code them. They've learned to code with them. We can use them in all kinds of lessons. They roll around on the floor. They have an LED light that's on them so they can change the colors on them. We've raced them down the hallway, and we've raced them into Mr. Skiles' office. There's a lot of learning that can take place with the Saphiro bolts.
How do the students seem to catch on to programming the bots?
They have caught on very fast. One of the first things we did was went through just a couple lessons on how to program them using blocks. So they take the different blocks if they want it to roll, or they want the lights to come on, or they want it to pause. They go in and create and code using the blocks. And with that, then they have actually created so far created it to be a moon and shown all of our moon phases. So they've created it to go in a 360. We've had to talk about degrees, creating the image on the top of the LED screen to show the different moon phases. The kids have caught on so fast. Honestly, they're teaching me more about them than I'm teaching them. They catch on to things very quickly.
What other kind of STEAM projects do you have planned to do?
I have lots of projects planned to do with the bolts that go along with our science and our math. We're going to do some planets, creating each planet with our bolts. We are also going to, when we get into food chains, we have an activity to do with them with food chains and programming them for that as well. So there's going to be a lot of activities that we do through every lesson, through every unit we go through with science, with coding, and doing STEM.
Thank you, Miss Turner. And a sad note, I like the Saphira boats too. Now back to you in the Bulldog broadcast studio.
Thanks, Chapel and Miss Turner, for that story. The Spiro bots are pretty cool.
Now for a look at your Bulldog forecast. Here's Caden Brownsetter in the Bulldog Weather Center.
Thanks, guys. Hopefully all you have enjoyed the rainy weather. We have needed it. Today look for scattered storms with a high near 80 degrees. This weekend look for more rain and Saturday before it clears up with high near 80 degrees. Next week look for a continued break from the heat with winds from the north and highs near 80 all week long. That's a look at your weather. Now back to you in the Bulldog broadcast booth.
Thanks for that weather report. That's all of the time we have for the Bulldog broadcast.
Tune back in next week for more news from the elementary. Now back to the Dog Show studios and a look at your Bulldog sports. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys. Since we were last on, the fast-pitch season has come to an end. We caught up with our first-year coach, Coach Molina, about the season.
My first year as a softball coach at Empire went really well. We overall had a pretty good season, even though it did not end how I really expected it to. But overall, we had a pretty good year. We had a lot of girls that came out, and in the beginning they were going hard. They were competing. They were working hard for their spots. And it was really a great year. It was a great way for me to come in as a head coach for my first year and have a pretty good season. I definitely am looking forward to the next year to see the culture and things that we can change. And I'm pretty bummed that it's over, but I'm looking forward to next year as well.
Good job this season, Coach Molina and the Lady Dogs. Last Friday, the Empire Bulldogs football team kept the winning streak going as they traveled to Wilson and came away with a victory 36-24. This past Monday, the junior high Dogs took down the Central High Broncos and will play again Monday at Waurika. The high school team has a bye week tonight and start district play next Friday at home against Timpton. Our reporter, Colby Boyd, caught up with Coach Hayes and asked him about the season.
I'm Colby Boyd here today with Coach Hayes to talk about the midway point of the regular season. Coach Hayes, thanks for joining us.
You bet.
Coach, how would you say the first 5 games went?
I think they went all right. I think we got better every week. I think, setting at 4-1 going into the bye week is a pretty good accomplishment for these guys. A lot of these guys haven't played a lot, and now they're getting seasoned, and getting ready to start district play. I think that we did a really good job being 4-1.
How important do you think the bye is going to be for this week for the Dogs?
I think it'll be good. It'll be a week that we kind of, get away from football a little bit because it's been a grind, and kind of refocus and regroup and get our bodies right and ready to go for the district play.
Next Friday, we start our defense of last year's district title. What do you think the key is to repeat is?
We got to keep getting better every day. We got to take it one day at a time. One game at a time. I think we had the opportunity to repeat as district champions, but, it's going to take a lot of hard work. We're going to get everybody's best shot. That bullseye on our back is, really big. But I think if we hook up and do things right, we have the ability to repeat.
Thank you, Coach Hayes, and good luck to the Dogs going into district next week at home against Simpton. Now back to you, Nick.
That's a look at your week of Bulldog sports. Now back to you in the Dog Show studio.
Thanks for the sports report. That's all the time we have for the Dog Show this week.
Keep checking our Facebook page and YouTube channel, Empire Media Productions. There you can find all of our past dog shows and other EMP content.
You can also go to our official school website at empireschools.org and find a link to all of our content as well.
Content like our Bulldog Book Talk series, The Bulldog Beat with Broderick and Carlos, past News from the Hill segments, our EMP Dogcast, this week featuring a new segment called Big Dogs on Campus with myself and Zaid, and always be on the lookout for new shows and segments.
And if you have pictures or videos of school spirit, send us an email to mediaproductions@empireschools.org. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Thanks for stopping by, Empire.